Looks a little different over there without that big burn pile. It's been snowing all morning. Pretty light, but it's collecting. We got probably, I don't know, maybe 3 inches worth. And it's still coming down. It's not big flakes, and it's pretty warm. It might change to rain a little bit later. Kind of hope it doesn't. When it turns to rain on top of the snow, or snow on top of the ice, man, it gets dangerous. That is what it is. Hopefully either get more snow or it stops. We can use the moisture for the summer. And it can be a little later in coming also, and still get the job done. So anyway, the bonfire was a lot of fun last night. Some of the folks we were hoping would come didn't, but that's okay. Maybe next time. There'll probably be another one. Every year I think, well, probably be the last bonfire, because when we tear out something, they replace it with metal pipe, so we don't have to do it again. So we're kind of running out of wood. Well, yeah, the truck here is a little bit covered up. Let's see how much falls in when I open the door. Yeah, maybe not too bad. This cook pot, got this for Cindy for Christmas. That lid, of course, don't go with it. It's supposed to be an original cast iron bean pot from the 1800s. I think it probably is. The inside of it's pretty badly pitted, but it's usable. Somebody asked about the goose. He's doing good, just out here doing goose things. Kind of ornery. He beats up Cindy's chickens a lot. I just come from the junkyard. Ran into the first difficulty with this track vehicle snow rat thing that I'm building. I didn't realize it. I'm not a car person, you know, and I like pickup trucks and Jeeps, but I didn't realize that cars with disc brakes in the rear either are front-wheel drive, which won't work, or they have independent suspension, which, I don't know, it might work, but I think it'd be more difficult to do. So, I'm looking at a Jeep Cherokee axle. It has disc brakes, a newer one. But it's buried. It's in their crush pile. It's buried in there pretty good. So I don't know. That might be hard to get out. But anyway, still got to figure out some way to get a rear end with this. The disc brakes, according to the Russian videos I've been watching, are better. They say they grab better, and Ron was telling me that they wouldn't heat up as quick either. So, kind of struck out on that today. I was hoping to have something lined up. There is a little Nissan pickup, or an older two-wheel drive. I think it's a Ford Ranger, little pickup anyway. Those ones would be easy to get, but they're drums. And like I say, I don't know why a drum brake wouldn't work. Got to do a little more studying and see. Most of them are using disc brakes, so I kind of like to do what other people have done that has already tested, and I know it'll work. Anyway, if I can get all the parts, I don't think it's going to be that hard. Getting the parts might be kind of a problem. The big hold up now with this excuse me, is needing that rear axle, because I don't know, most of them are not centered. They're off to one side or the other. So if say it's the pumpkins on this side, I gotta have the transmission on this side. So if I can get the rear axle, then I can mount the engine and the transmission and get everything in place. But I'm waiting on the sprocket for the chain and some other stuff anyway. But what I need to do next, I bought this chunk of pipe, and this slides over the pilot shaft. Pretty dark in here. You probably can't see that. Hold on. Okay, that's a little bit better. Light is a good thing. But this fits on here fairly loose, but it does slide over the shaft. The center of this hub, I need to cut that out, and that will slide over the pilot shaft, like so. Weld the pipe to that, and then I'll have to cut this off probably, I don't know, 3-4 inches worth, and I have a 1-inch shaft that'll fit inside of this pipe. And then it'll go to, if this was the shaft, I'll have a pillow block bearing here and here with the sprocket in the middle. And that should get rid of any wobble and support it pretty well. It's going to have to be as square as I can get it so it doesn't damage anything. But I don't think it'll be too bad. We're not going high speed, you know. It'll be spinning fairly fast, but it ain't no 60 or 100 mile an hour stuff either. 20 is about as fast as I want to go. So first thing I need to do is get this centerpiece out of this clutch. Okay. Need to get that piece out. So, pull them springs and cut off all 4 corners. That should do it. And I'll have to trim it down, but getting closer. Okay, that's the piece I needed. Kind of looks like it's pressed in here. I might be able to pound that out, but cutting it off and grinding it smooth would probably be the better way to go. So this is a solid 1-inch shaft. It's what's left over when I built the Snow Dog. Well, it should work fine for this. It had a little bit of a burr on it. These sprockets are too small. I ordered a much bigger one, but they're same size. It needs to be able to fit over that, which it's really tight. There we go. That one's a little better. I'm going to have to grind it just a little bit more and make that fit. Okay, that goes on now. Got some rust on it I'll have to polish off. But, like I say, that's not the right sprocket. The one I got, I think this is a 10 or 12 tooth. I got one that's got 60 teeth. I don't know, maybe that's going to be too much and make it too slow. But it'll be easy to change. I'll have to cut a keyway for the slot in there, and this has set screws, but it'll be able to slide on and off pretty easy and be easy to replace. If I have to get a smaller sprocket, I will. They're not horribly expensive. The one I ordered, I think was $30, something like that. So now I need to make sure this end will fit into the pipe I bought. So that does not fit. It will when I'm done, but it won't fit. One thing, these pipes have a seam inside, and that's probably the holdup. It would go otherwise, I bet. Okay, so that fits. It starts anyway now. I want it to be tight as I can get it so I can pound it in there and make it as straight as I can possibly be. First I need to weld this to that sprocket though. Okay, so I trimmed that down and welded it on there. Clean up my weld, cut off that, and should work. I think this stub shaft might be a little too short though. By the time I get, let's see, that fit in there before. By the time I get a pillow block, probably that long and another one on that end, I'd have plenty of room for the sprocket, but I want to put a second one on there to run an alternator, charge up a battery for lights. I don't know, it might be long enough. By the time that's in there, though, I don't know. That's pretty short. I might have to get a bigger, longer one of these. Okay. That should do it, I think. And this piece will go inside of that piece. Like I said, it fit before, which I'm sure it'll go in, but where's that rib? It's right there. Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure that's long enough. It probably is. Probably pound it in there, but I don't think I want to weld it until my pillow blocks come and my sprocket comes, so I can see just how long I actually have that. Anyway, let's go see what this looks like here. Okay, so this piece slides onto there, and that'll turn the sprocket will be up here for the engine, and that'll turn the transmission. This needs to go. That'll be in there like that. Once this is pounded in far enough, I left myself until it ends up, clear up like that long. So the length of my first finger here that'll go in about that far. And that should make it pretty straight. It needs to be just as perfectly straight as I can get it though. You don't want any wobble because then you'll end up taking out bearings and things. That should be pretty darn close. So that part is kind of done. Now I'm kind of stuck until I get the axle. I really need to get that, but like I say, it's kind of buried out there at the junkyard, and I don't want to. Come on, unplug. Don't really want to pester those guys. So hopefully today is Sunday, and hopefully they'll get to it here another day or so, and I can figure out where this transmission needs to sit and hook the engine up to it. I do need to get this the yoke for this transmission back here where the drive line comes out. I don't have that. If I had to, this sticks in quite a ways. I could, well, here, hold on. That spline shaft inside of here, it goes in quite a ways. So it's that long inside. I could, if I had to, I could cut this off, put a sprocket onto here, onto the spline on the inside, cut this piece off so it's out of the way, so this spline is sticking out. Put a sprocket onto there, down to a chain, down to the drive line, or to the rear end itself. I'd rather have the right thing if I can get it. The other way I could do that fits really pretty good. If I cut that off, I could drill it, although that shaft inside is going to be really hard metal, hard to drill. But I could drill that and put a pin in it, a bolt, and then, you know, the driveline axle, or the yoke part for this onto here. So there's other ways. I mean, there's quite a ways I can do to different things to adapt it. But it's always better to have the right parts if you can find them. This one, I don't know how common of a car this is. I think it's one of those Mazda RX-7s, little sports car thing. I guess they had a weird engine. Troy was telling me at the junkyard that they have a kind of a rotary deal inside, and I don't understand how that works, but I don't have the engine anyway. I don't need that. So, see you folks tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I can get the rest of my parts and get going on this. I've been kind of anxious to do it, but it is what it is. It'll happen sooner or later if I can get it done before probably end of May, middle of May. There'll still be snow on the ridge road up there, and I can try it. So if I can get it done by then, I'll be really happy, and then it should be ready for next winter. It'd be nice to be able to test it, though, before next winter comes and I need it. So anyhow, see you folks. Thanks for watching. Bye.